Good morning, class. Today we are working on Reader's Notebook, Lesson 18, pages 247 and 248. We are working on prepositions today and prepositional phrases. Prepositions are words that show the connection between other words. So it says, a preposition is a word that shows a connection between other words in the sentence. Some prepositions are used to show time, location, and direction. Other prepositions, such as with and about, provide details. And here's some examples of prepositions. The word until shows time. We played until bedtime. The word on is a preposition and it shows location. The dog sleeps on his own bed. The word into is a preposition and it shows direction. She walked into the corner store. The word with is a preposition and it shows detail. The dog with the pink collar is mine. So, our thinking questions. What words tell about time, direction, or location, or add detail? In our activity today, it says, underline the preposition in each sentence. Tell if it describes time, location, direction, or detail. We're going to start with number 1. My friends and I built a doghouse in the backyard. Well, we have the sentence, my friends and I built a doghouse in the backyard. We have the word in here, which adds location. In the backyard would be the prepositional phrase, but in tells us location. So you're going to write the word location on the line. On the doghouse, we painted a white bone. Well, on the doghouse is a prepositional phrase, and the word on also tells us location. It tells us where. So we have another one for location. L-O-C-A-T-I-O-N. Number 3, we worked throughout the afternoon. Well, we worked and throughout the afternoon. The word throughout tells us time, how long they worked, right? Throughout the afternoon. So the word throughout is a preposition and it tells us time. Number 4, we stopped once and drank lemonade with ice. And we stopped once and drank lemonade is a sentence on its own, but we have the words with ice, and with is a preposition, and that gives us detail about the lemonade. It had ice in it, so it's detail with. D-E-T-A-I-L, with. Okay, my dog Oscar had always slept with me. Well, we have the word with again, and it gives us a detail about where Oscar slept. So detail, and it's with. Number 8, I can see the doghouse from my window. Well, here, I can see the doghouse is a sentence on its own, but we have the word from, and from my window is a prepositional phrase, and the word from is a preposition, and from tells us location. Location. Number 7 reads, its entrance faces toward the house. The preposition here is toward, and it tells us direction, toward the house. And so this one is going to be direction. D-I-R-E-C-T-I-O-N. Direction. And our last one, number 8 reads, the elm tree will provide shade during the summer. Well, during the summer is a prepositional phrase, and the word during is our preposition, and that tells time. When did it happen? During the summer. That tells time. All right, kiddos, we did that one together. These are kind of new, and I'm not asking you to memorize all of the prepositions, which we often do in 5th and 6th grade, but we're going to just start to introduce these. On page 47, we have a prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase adds information to a sentence. It can tell where, when, or how, or it can add detail. It begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun. The noun or pronoun is the object of the preposition. Here's an example of a prepositional phrase, and you can see it's underlined. For our local newspaper. Holly is the feature editor for our local newspaper. And for is the preposition. For our local newspaper is the prepositional phrase, and newspaper is the noun. Where, prepositional phrases down here, we have where, when, how, and detail. So the prepositional phrase for our local newspaper tells us where. We have a prepositional phrase in 2011 that tells us when. She became editor in 2011. The preposition is the word in. 2011 is the noun, and it tells us when. The next example, we have a preposition that tells us how, on the computer. She writes her stories on the computer. On is the preposition, and computer is the noun. The last one we have is a prepositional phrase that tells detail. It's about dogs and cats. She often writes stories about dogs and cats. The preposition is about, and dogs and cats, are the nouns or the objects of the preposition. Our activity says, underline the prepositional phrase, and then write the object of the preposition on the line and where, when, how, or detail to tell what information the phrase adds. Let's look at number 1. It says, Holly interviewed several people about their pets. Well, Holly interviewed several people about their pets is our prepositional phrase. Now we have to write the object of the preposition, and that's pets. So our object is pets, right here, pets, and pets tells us a detail, D-E-T-A-I-L. So you're going to be writing two things on the line. Number 2, she walked throughout the neighborhood. Well, throughout the neighborhood is our prepositional phrase, and she walked throughout the neighborhood. This is telling us where, right? Throughout the neighborhood, but the object is neighborhood. N-E-I-G-H-B-O-R-H-O-O-D, neighborhood, and it tells us where. Number 3 says, during her interviews, she discovered some interesting facts. Well, during her interviews, the object of the preposition is interviews, I-N-T-E-R-V-I-E-W-S, interviews, and during the interviews tells us when, W-H-E-N. You can go ahead now, and I want you to complete 4 through 8 on your own. And once you've completed those, make sure you take a picture of both pages. Even though I completed all of 247 with you, make sure you take a picture of both pages, attach them to your assignment, upload them in Teams, and turn them in. Thank you.